This is when Aegon commits suicide. Just off the bat. But eventually, when we end this series, I want, like, the entire of Westeros to be High Valyrian. Which might be incredibly, like, impossible. Or just really, really difficult. But, damn it, I will see it done. Lowborn. Lowborn nobody. This one's from a family. Not exactly from a decent family. There's the Lord of Fang Tower. There's an option for people with noble families, so I'm going to wait for that to pop up again to see what that's like. Usurp the Castle of Muddy Hall. Where's that from? Ha! It would appear that the Blackwoods have been overthrown by the Brackens, and they've all been imprisoned. That's from a powerful family. Nope. Well, the Lord of the West is turning out very well. Stack Spear. More lowborn. There's plenty of lowborn, really good lowborn knights, but there's nobody amazing. And you, my friend, are a bastard by the looks of it. Probably isn't. It's just the game being stupid, but... Well, I was complaining about not having any really decent members of high families to call into the Kingsguard, but I don't want opportunities to arise later on and then have myself wishing that I'd, you know, not invited those pricks into the Kingsguard. What are you doing, Horus? You have 3 beautiful women in Storm's End and doing nothing with them. Nothing. You never Dornish one. Just he's doing nothing. An entire member of all the Targaryens and their relatives are just completely fucking useless by the sounds of it, things. And again, they are screwing their sisters. But that's perfectly normal for them. So, you know, where's the fucking excuse? Give me the excuse. Nope, that's all the same people. Give me some really good people to work with, damn it. Alright guys, I think we're going to skip ahead a bit to some action or to something interesting that happens, because right now it's just me trying to sort out the Kingsguard and finding only lowborn or minor, very minor families. And crashing the occasional revolt, but if any revolts happen or any minor disputes that pop up, we'll record and show. But otherwise, I'm going to trudge forward a little and try to find me some, you know, action. Because, yeah, this is dull, so let's move on. Hey guys, I found 2 things worthy of note. I think it was what? Yeah, him. The third-born? Yeah, the third-born son of the King of the Reach, or King Mern, who I executed, who was married to Joy Lannister. He executed. Or one of the brothers did. Or like the last King of the Reach had executed because the Lannisters joined us and she was pregnant. Just saying, there was an heir there and he killed him when he was pregnant. Very foolish. Also, there's a Martell left. Which is bad. There's a fucking Martell left. Who was literally must have been about pregnant, but like recent enough for it to have skipped through my sight and through the gaps, and I had no idea. But there is a Martell left. We will have to deal with this at some point. We will have to deal with Lyra Martell. Marry her off to somebody, most likely. Have her betrothed to. Yeah, have her betrothed to the heir of Dawn. I suppose that's definitely what we'll do. My wife is not putting out. And, to be perfectly honest, Aegon is starting to look elsewhere at this point, because Visenya is just not having any of it. Unless she gets knocked up pretty quickly, I'm going to have to start looking for heirs elsewhere, because the Targaryen line is not looking great right now. And, yes. Admittedly, the High Valyrian faith is kind of a pain in the ass, because I'm not sure if my allies are going to come to my aid because they've got different religions. The game does that, even though it's not canon or law or correct at all. And also, it makes marriages kind of a pain in the ass as well between my vassals that are Faith of the Seven, which is a lot of them, other than the Stormlands and Dawn and myself. Yeah. Alright, anyway, like I said, we'll skip ahead. If I notice anything else interesting, we will record it and show it. Hey guys, slowly teaching my war to use a sword. That rhymed. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. Hilarious. And I've managed to get Lord Rain's brother into the Kingsguard, which is not bad. He's a skilled fighter, honourable, is a bit shy, but who gives a shit? Just, deceitful, you know, it's not too bad. Squire. But yeah, sweet. That gives me a member of House Rain in the Kingsguard, which is good. That's why I want more noble-ish blood, if you get my drift. Because we have enough low-born commoners kind of thing. I don't want the first Kingsguard to be filled with low-borns. Not all of them are low-born, just some of them are from, like, really minorish families. I don't know, if you insulted any of them, they'll probably kill you. But, yeah, still, you get what I mean. The walls of King's Landing have expanded. Grace, we've completed the latest upgrades to the fortifications of King's Landing. Many people flock to the city as a consequence for its safety and prosperity. Your humble servant, Lord Caspian, whatever. Caspian, I was going to say for a second. But yeah, gains small in Dragon's Gate. This basically upgrades everything, which is good. That's the fortifications done. We've still got the upgrade to the keep itself. Along with the fleet also. Although we can actually improve the fortifications once more. 250. Build a road network is something that I was looking into doing. Yeah, a great road network is started with each stretch of road costing... Ouch. That is expensive. I think we might hold off on the stretches of road until we can... until we can upgrade the actually capital itself first, so to speak. Because Aegon relies a hell of a lot on his vassals right now. I'm really hoping that... What's this? Yeah, of course, why not? I was really hoping that one of my, or both of my... of my wards will adopt the Valyrian faith, hopefully. One of them will. I rushed around trying to get everything to work. I waited impatiently for Prince Goran, but he did the best to make sure every guest felt welcome in the... Yeah. He was the last to arrive. But he arrived all the same. Sure. Duel away, lads. Why is the church so rich and everyone else is poor? How about sharing of their own? Yeah, we don't want him zealous. He's gained the just trait. He's really turning out well, the Lord of the West. I've basically raised the kid since his father died. Yeah, I've basically raised the kid since his father died. Since his father died during the since his father died during the war against the Reach, against this guy, who's pretty fucking decent right now. Yeah, well, he's basically like my son. Because since Aegon has no other kids to speak of right now, which is getting to be a problem, we might have to start looking elsewhere. And to be honest, like I said, we were kind of going to avoid the whole inbreed thing anyway, because it doesn't end well. But, I don't know. I might look into marrying a Lannister, as bad of a track record that has in the future of lore, but we'll see what happens. We have a succession crisis going on in the north. It seems that all of the Stark kids are not at all happy with the fact that their father is a kinslaying madman. Not that one can blame them. But they're fighting for Brandon's claim on the north, the bastard brother of Torrance, who's right here. Who's actually married to a Stark as well. So they're sort of inbreedy, but I think it's a case of Brandon being the much more loved, and the eldest son, or the second eldest son, kind of hating his father for killing his other brother. And now he's in prison himself and is likely to be executed also. We'll see how that goes. Once again, the fortifications of King's Landing are improved. Slowly but steadily, we're making a fortress of the place. With the passing of the late Lord Commander of the King's Guard, Robin Darklin, who died under suspicious circumstances. I'm not sure who did that, but somebody did. But anyway, with the passing of him, we're going to name my cousin as the new Lord Commander of the King's Guard. The throne room Lord Commander Valerian kneels before you, takes blood. New duty is the King's Guard, vowing to uphold and protect your person. He's my cousin, I'm pretty sure he'll be fine. Bring me the greatest knights in the realm. What are you up to? No, go away. Tubber of Lannisport is revolting against the rule of Lord Paramount Lyman, who, by the way, my previous ward has embraced the Valerian, which allowed me to arrange a marriage with his sister. So, like I said, Aegon, since his sister is not putting out, as or as Baron, either way. We know she isn't, law-wise. But yeah, he's gone for the young Lannister girl and made her his queen. So hopefully we'll be having little. Maybe golden-haired Targaryens, if the Targaryen gene gets beaten by the other one, but I doubt it does. Ooh, Tarly, that's nice. Fawn is also nice, but Tarly is a hell of a lot better. His wife just recently died, and his kid, yeah, he may accept, which would be excellent. There you go. Sir Samuel Tarly kneels, your grace. It will be my greatest honour to serve in your King's Guard. Excellent. An excellent replacement for the late Lord Commander. Skilled, strong, brilliant commander, 21 martial, excellent traits. His brothers inherited everything and got his family steel and everything, but yeah. We've that's odd. He's running against there, but his daughter is the married to Lyman, actually, which is odd. Very, very odd. But Horus has gone to help him out by the looks of things, not that he really needs helping. When I introduced my friend Queen Visenya, I had hoped we'd become fast friends together, the three of us. Wait, what? Introduce her to your other wife. Yeah. I could tell him to stop the war, but I'm gonna let Lyman get some military experience and whatnot. Hopefully he doesn't get himself killed. I did get him to be a trained fighter, but he's not the best of warriors. He should easily win that battle, though, to be honest. I doubt Horus's forces will even need to move out of the Stormlands, really. Who, by the way, actually, he has heirs now. Like, a kid from each of his wives. Oddly enough. And, meanwhile in the south, the AI has actually, in like a move that I did not ever expect it to be smart enough to do, married his heir to the Martell girl. Which should deal with any issue down the road between those lot. What are the Tutties up to? Revolt against the Raw, those guys. And the North appears to be having, like, another war for that. No, I remember. The previous one ended inconclusively for some fucking reason. But either way, if Tauron loses that, I'm perfectly fine with Brandon controlling everything from then on. I kind of want Horus's forces to go back to the capital already. But yes, until something else interesting happens, like I said, we'll keep you updated. But really, that war in the west is dealt with. I'm also tutoring the heir to Dawn, by the way. He asked me to do so, which is good because he'll like me then. The Arryns like me as well. They're getting alliances. Oop. Lord of the Shadow. Some dude just... Oh yeah, I outlawed the First Knight as well, which made all my vassals like me a hell of a lot more. And then I'm trying to get the Loathe of Faith majority again. Which is proving difficult, since most people follow the faith, and not everyone else, so... Lyman, end the war already! You're wasting everyone's time, damn it. Go into hiding. Somebody's trying to fucking kill me, are they? Interesting. Alright, anyway, like I said, we shall skip ahead. Well, whoever was trying to kill me is no longer trying to kill me, apparently. But, yeah, we'll skip ahead to whatever the hell happens next, basically. The fates smile upon us! All the fates may fuck us up the arse when they make the kids stillborn, but all the same, hope upon the horizon. Aegon's been busy fucking his new wife, apparently. To put it lightly, I just get straight to the point. He's been busy with his new 18-year-old wife, and he's, like, 41, so, yeah, what the fuck do you think he's been doing with the Iron Throne? The Great Hall has been barred off for a few days, and oh, I'm horrible. Ugh, moving on. But yes, my wife is pregnant, which is excellent, and soon we shall have some heirs. Couldn't be happier. Meanwhile, my wife Visenya is probably not even bothered with this because she hasn't. She clearly doesn't give a shit. I'm slowly upgrading the Red Keep just by building buildings as well. As you can see, the patrol post's just finished. But yeah, we'll jump ahead to the birth, unless anything gets in our way. The gods have truly blessed us this day. Yeah! Go Valyrian gods. We've got twins. 2 boys. One with the Targaryen traits and one with, I assume, the Lannister traits. That in mind, we've named them the one with the Targaryen traits after his grandfather and the one with the Lannister traits after the Lannister grandfather. So that's Lauren after the king who bent the knee to us. And this one is named Aryan. It would be Aryan, wouldn't it? It wouldn't be... No, Aryan. Or Aryan. Yeah, Aryan. It wouldn't be Aryan because there's no A after the A. Bloody Targaryen names. Aryan. Aryan Targaryen and Lauren Targaryen. Both twins and princes of the Iron Throne. But yeah, Aryan's got his attractive trait from his father. And Lauren is actually better than his brother. Strong and attractive. Which he got both from his father. And no, he didn't inherit it from his mother. Although I suppose the Lannisters have a distant line of being attractive, generally. Beautiful people. So I assume he's got it from his Targaryen traits, the attractive thing. But then so's, yeah, it appears that Aryan's got the best of his mother, and Prince Lauren has got the best of his mother and father. There you go. Hopefully the two get along, and the princes of the Seven Kingdoms live at least decent-ish and non-mad, crazed lives. Here's hoping. I mean, they're not inbred, so, you know, hopefully. Alright guys, we have a small religious uprising to deal with. Blasted infidels, blasted infidels. Yeah. Create the High Lordship of the Neck. I thought you already had a High Lordship of the Neck. It must have fallen out of... Nah, you've revoked it from the reads. Interesting. Okay, what was I going to say? The reason for this upheaval is because Storm's End's fully converted to the Lord Valerian faith, which has caused everyone to get really, really bitchy with me. Just look at all that. Ouch. But, I've got someone disputing the, I got my Master at Arms currently suppressing revolts in King's Landing, so we can keep the capital fine. But we'll use the 30k or so troops from the Reach to ride over and fuck up those guys, and then we've got the troops up in the Vale, which I'll leave Oris to command, along with Samwell from the Kingsguard. Let's crush this quickly before any other Faith of the Seven douchebags can join. No, I was just wondering whether or not a bunch of them hate me now because my heir is educated with a foreign thing, but no, it's not too bad. Send Oris right over there to take him out. We'll easily be able to deal with the peasants. And send those bastards off to the watch. See, we are merciful when we wish to be. Yeah, Valerian moral authority goes up for 10 years every time I beat one of these things. And I banish the bastards to the Night's Watch every time to get rid of them. Without pissing off anyone. Yeah. Yeah, the northern regions are a bit more pissy with me, but the south isn't too bad. Especially Storm's End. Storm's End is cool. It's perfectly fine as it is. Anyway, I might skip over those little tiny Faith of the Seven Rebellions if they're that tiny and easily dealt with. If we get any big, massive ones, like actually take some effort, then, you know, worth showing, we'll show them. But if they're tiny little things like that, I probably won't bother. National Revolt risk, -7%, yeah. Crush the Religious Revolt. I always crush the Religious Revolts. I am awesome. Anyway, yeah, we'll skip ahead to some action as we always do. This is basically how we're going to handle peacetime, is I'll give you guys bullet points, updates, show you anything interesting that happens over the course of everything. And anything that's not interesting we'll skip out, otherwise we'll just be sitting here staring at the screen with me yabbering on for hours, like I'm doing right now. So yeah, skipping forward again. Progress is the word I was looking for. Stupid soul, stupid. Progress is going along on the construction of the Red Keep, which is getting better and better very slowly. And that improves that, which is nice. I will continue to upgrade these, though. And when I get 250 gold, I'll expand the Red Keep once more. I assume eventually you reach a cap, and when the Red Keep is as like badass as it can be, which might take a while. I believe it took like 100 years or so. I think it was in the reign of Maegor the Cruel that it was finally constructed and completed. Could be wrong, it might have taken longer. I know he's the one that made all the tunnels and then killed everyone after he made them. But we'll see. Anyway, continuing. Something of note, guys. In order to secure my half-brother Orys's control over the Stormlands, I have given the honour of being a member of our Kingsguard to Arland Durandon. Why? Even though he is High Valyrian, actually. But I don't want him contending with the Baratheons' claim to the Stormlands, and with him being the last male Storm King, you know, descendant, I figured we may as well get rid of him right now. Make use of him, but make it so that he can't claim any of my half-brother's stuff. Who's lost 2 kids to the dreaded plague, unfortunately. And his heir isn't actually half Baratheon, so it kind of makes getting rid of the Baratheon claimants even more pressing of an issue than it was before. Anyway, continuing on, I suppose. What a merry feast, surrounded by my friends and loved ones. I feel the first coming on. Page, more wine. Ah, that's the stuff. What could possibly go wrong? Poison! My body is growing numb. But as my sight fades, I doubt Lily cursing my killer's name. 1,000,000 deaths upon that bastard. This fucking prick. My own Master of Whisperers has poisoned me. Before I die, let's make my, who the hell's my regent? Yeah, she is my regent. Good. Son of a bitch. Your Grace, is King Aegon has taken his last breath, blah, 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 blah. Now his heir, Prince Aemon Targaryen, will take the throne and rule the 7 kingdoms henceforth. He's died, causing his dragon Balerion to fly into a rage and establish a lair in King's Landing. Something must be done. Yes. Well, something can be done a lot easier, I suppose. But, first things first is to find and fucking kill the bastard that killed my father. He's raised his flag in rebellion. Yeah, he's dead. My brother is my heir. How do my vassals like the new kid? Yeah.